It's human nature to look up when you're outside on a beautiful night. It's almost instinctive. You instantly disregard the loudness of the world around you, somewhat immersed in the shimmer of the flickering stars. If you look long enough, your mind will be lost in wonder. Are we alone? The thought of us being alone in the vastness of space is just as wild as the thought of intelligent life out there wondering the same thing, also lost in wonder and pondering the same thoughts as we are. We're automatically drawn towards the possibility that there has to be life somewhere. Deep in the darkness, we think a single light from afar. Could in reality be life so abundant we wouldn't believe our own eyes for a second? Our government constantly portrays these beings as a threat. With no proof or evidence for such claim, war is always up front in the minds of those who might in fact be afraid themselves. Afraid of the fact that us not being alone would unravel society as a whole, and they lose their power as a result. Secrecy runs so deep that the masses have no clue on what's real or not anymore. So much so that you can see an anomaly or maybe a silent craft with your own eyes, and you would still question yourself, so most remain silent due to the fear of being ridiculed. Although explanations like swamp gas and ball lightning are valid, and maybe contributed to some of the sightings that are reported, most cannot be put in this category. Mainstream media and the powers that control the information we are fed steer us toward the fear concept. Fear-mongering so we remain ignorant to the truth. But this concept is slowly being dismantled as there are so many videos and photos, even by pilots and astronauts, that remain unexplained. The higher-ups know that it is evident, and indeed will be known as fact, that we are 100% not alone. The discussions behind closed doors must be intense, drip-dropping information and being extremely careful as to what should be shared with the public and what should remain classified. As this continues, beliefs are being shattered and minds are being opened. Some now understand that agreeing with the government just because they are trustworthy to you, and you feel they have no reason to lie, should be rethought, and this is happening more and more. The human brain is incredible and should be used accordingly. We all need to think for ourselves and use logic to this topic. You're not crazy for thinking that we are being visited, and have been since the beginning of our existence. The simple fact that we are here at all floating through space should make you realize that it is not impossible, but rather probable. We are living in a time of lies, a time of constant power struggles, and until we can get over ourselves and come together respectably, we will always have a gap we need to fill. Lies solve nothing, but knowledge and the spirit to explore will lead us all towards truth as we deserve such. If individuals that hold, or formerly hold prominent positions in the government and associated agencies are coming forward, that should give us the enthusiasm to do the same, completely aware that we must sift through those wanting attention. That should not by any means keep you silent. This is very important. The lies can only hold on for so long before they unravel, but the truth is still the truth regardless. Nothing can change that. We can only reach for it. We mustn't stop until we can definitively say things are what they are. As of now, we have theories only. But remember that most facts were theories first, so disregarding any theories would be a mistake. As new theories arise, we must take them in and break them down. The old ways of thinking is still important, but we must keep in mind that as we come to roadblocks, new ways of thinking are being formed. As the youth currently being educated on such topics, they are finding the so-called facts and timelines do not line up, and they are noticing that something isn't right. As they learn of the evidence being presented, they find themselves asking questions, and those questions aren't being answered. So it's normal to search for answers themselves and face the mainstream head-on regardless of all the kickback they must encounter. Is it really so unbelievable that there's something or someone out there breathing, thinking, and living in any way? I mean, after all, we are. How can we think that Earth is the only ball of life in a space that's seemingly never-ending? Even with the movies portraying these beings as invaders and coming to do us harm, we must understand that our own government has Hollywood in their pocket. I've read countless letters from the government to these producers and directors. Getting close to the truth is a problem for those not wanting us to know and understand that we are not alone, and never have been. Actually, they might have been here on this beautiful planet long before us, and some believe that our very existence might have been due to these intelligent ones. In fact, religions and ancient spiritual practices might have stemmed from an unknown intelligence that are now either lost or so distorted that they were misinterpreted and we now completely lost our way. But on the flip side of the coin, we as an ever-evolving species might have looked in the sky, as we do, forming a beginning in their minds, coming together naturally, and somewhat worshipping a creation that seems viable and made so much sense that the practices themselves evolved as they did. As we continue to evolve and continue to search, we must leave all possibilities open as well as our minds as we break through the veil of secrecy. We must understand that things are not always what they seem to be, and the true reality is hidden deeper. Are we being helped? Are we being used as experiments? Are we being lied to about the existence of such beings? Or any beings for that matter? Can you really say that we are alone? Without a doubt in your mind. The search shall continue. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and of course, thank you for watching.